bitches, don't bang my shit. Ready to get ready, I'm slaying this bitch. All my bitches, all my bitches.
What it do, y'all? It's your boy King Say So, and I'm back with another reaction video. Today we got rappers getting ran up on part 2. Before we get to the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you check out the description box and follow my other channels, my vlog channel, my second match channel, my podcast channel, Redstone Media, and follow Redstone Media on Instagram and on Twitter. Hey, to all my upcoming rappers, you need a platform that's gonna be kind of easy for you to get onto. Tap in. With all that being said, though, let's get to the video.
The rap game can get wild. Countless rappers have lost their lives at an early age due to gun violence from enemies who didn't want to see them prosper. From Biggie
Always
and
like
Tupac to King Von and Pop Smoke, far too many talented rappers have ended up dead because they got caught lacking. That's why many up-and-coming rappers today stay strapped in case of any threats. Here's a look at some of the most famous rappers who are ready for ops. Soulja Boy. DeAndre Cortez Way, aka Soulja Boy Tell 'em, or just Soulja Boy, is a rapper and walking meme born in Chicago, Illinois, but raised in Atlanta, Georgia, and Batesville, Mississippi. Soulja Boy was one of the first rap artists to blow up using the internet and is a pioneer in online viral marketing. His breakout song Crank That featured one of the best viral dance moves and was even nominated for a Grammy purely off the strength of internet buzz. Soulja is known for his off-the-wall personality.
Hey, when it comes to Soulja Boy, I'm gonna say this quick thing. I'm gonna do a game part of this video, but the reason why he be doing the thing that he be doing on the internet currently, like the way he be going in on people, because he want his respect. Like you just see what he said. The first artist to go viral off the internet. All this going viral stuff started with Soulja Boy. YouTube got popping because of Soulja Boy. MySpace was popping because of Soulja Boy. We was wearing Bapes because of Soulja Boy. We was wearing big t-shirts that didn't even fit us, that was looking like dresses because of Soulja Boy. Let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. Bro started a whole movement and he gets no credit for it. But my only thing about Soulja Boy is that he had his music haven't adapted to the times we live in. Like it seemed to me, it's like he's still stuck on a Crank That. Them days is over with. If you try to drop that type of song today, yeah, you gonna get clowned for it. But you gotta adapt to the times we live in. That's why they say adapt or die. Musically, I don't know who's searching up Soulja Boy. It's not that you make fun of him, but I don't know who's searching up Soulja Boy. But like business, like he got some businesses going. Trust me, Soulja Boy is not broke. Trust me, that boy over there eating.
And social media antics. However, even though he's a hilarious figure in hip-hop, Soulja ain't the one to play with. Just as the artist was at the height of his fame, he was the victim of an alleged home invasion, but managed to defend himself by shooting one of the robbers. Accounts of what happened that night vary depending on who you listen to. The incident went down after Soulja Boy's album release party on the night of December 30th, 2008. Initial reports claim that 6 masked men broke into his home in Atlanta with AK-47s and black masks on. In an interview with MTV after the incident, Soulja later claimed that it was only 3 men and they put an AK to his artist A-Rab head and held him on the ground. In an interview with DJ Vlad in 2017, Soulja tells a similar story and claims he and A-Rab were in the studio when they heard someone break in. A-Rab passed him a pistol and Soulja stalked the robbers and let off a few shots. He says he hit one of them and suggests that he may have killed the robber, but claims he can't speak on the subject in too much depth for legal reasons. Another rapper named Droop has come forward and claimed that he was the one who was shot in the incident, but he tells a slightly different story. In a follow-up interview with DJ Vlad, Droop claims that it was not a robbery, but a business conversation gone wrong. He says he showed up at Soulja Boy's crib to discuss a song they had put out together. Droop and his crew were artists and dancers who had a buzz in Atlanta at the time. He claims that they were the ones who actually came up with the Crank That dance and that helped Soulja Boy build his buzz. They were also signed to his record label SODMG and were supposed to have a song on the compilation album the label released. According to Droop, they had sent him a track and Soulja took one of the original artists off the song and added his own verse. Droop wasn't happy about the alteration and went to Soulja's house to confront him. He claims he wasn't wearing a mask, nor was he armed, and in fact, was invited into the home by Soulja Boy himself. He says that the situation got tense and he ended up slapping Soulja Boy for being disrespectful. Soulja then pulled out a gun and Droop slapped him again. That's when Soulja Boy started letting off shots. In the interview, he even goes as far as showing Vlad the wounds and claims that Soulja Boy's account was totally false.
Okay, so you slapped him open hand, and then he pulled out his gun?
That's exactly what he did.
And then he just
like
shot
this.
you.
It was just like that. I said, what you gonna do with that? So I slapped him again.
Thought it was a two time. And he
then
shot
after
you
you
4
slapped him
times.
again-
4 times.
He let off?
That's when he let off. That's when I got hit right here. In the front of my thigh. That was the first shot.
See, look, you came out here playing with people, man. You thought he. It's you too, so I gotta watch what I'm trying to say. But you thought he was a female part. He pulled that thing out on you. You still thought he was a female part, and he shot you. You slapped him 2 times, and he shot you 4 times. Can't be out here playing with people, man. Let's be honest.
Vlad did a follow-up interview with former SODMG artist A-Rab, who was there that night and was the one who handed Soulja the pistol. A-Rab is somewhat vague about what he remembers, but he claims that they were in fact in the studio and heard a commotion. He passed Soulja a pistol, and minutes later, he heard shots go off. He won't confirm or deny what went down and claims that he was in the studio the whole time the shooting was going on. Throughout the interview, he's very calculated with his answers and doesn't deny Soulja's claim. But he does seem to hint that there is more to the story than what the artist described.
It's pretty accurate to me, yeah. It's pretty accurate, yeah. Yeah, it was a pause before I heard a couple of gunshots, about a little pause or whatever, and then
Yeah, it happened.
I remember all the
He
details
slapped
like
him,
right
then
now.
Soulja Boy shot him.
I don't know, man. It's pretty much Soulja done said what he did.
I would have admitted if I was
somebody else done
Soulja.
said
I would just
they
say,
side of the
he
story.
slapped me. He thought I
Yeah,
was a
my
female
name was
part, and
there.
I showed him I wasn't.
You know, I say my perspective, but I'm not here pointing no fingers.
Nah.
I did not see with my eyes.
That's
none of
snitching.
that. I only heard. So I was on the phone calling up the people.
What really went down that night is anyone's guess. No arrests were ever made, and police reports were never made public. However, it wouldn't be all that surprising if the king of internet hype lied a little bit, because he knew it would give him some clout. The next rapper was set up by
Forget
his
the clout.
ops
He
with a
went to
stripper.
jail. He just shot
When
him
they
for no
tried to kill
reason.
him and hit a lick,
Slapping
it only
people.
resulted in someone being buried behind a middle school. Yep, let's get right into it.
Damn.
Gucci Mane.
Oh yeah.
Roderick Atlantic Davis is a hip-hop legend born in Bessemer, Alabama, but raised primarily in Atlanta, Georgia. Gucci is credited as one of the inventors of trap music and considered to be among the most respected and influential rappers currently working, especially among the younger generation. But before changing his life for the better to focus on his health and building his record label, Gucci Mane was considered the boogeyman of rap and one of the wildest characters in the genre. Gucci was always known as an authentic street artist, but an incident early in his career solidified him as a true savage. The incident stemmed from an ongoing beef he had with rapper Young Jeezy. Jeezy and Gucci were two hot up-and-coming artists who were building a buzz in Atlanta in the early 2000s. They were initially cool and collaborated on a track called Icy in 2005. Jeezy was supposed to put the track on his debut album, but left it off. Gucci then released it on his album Trap House instead. This angered Jeezy because he claims he was never paid royalties or even given a check for his feature. Tensions between the two artists flared, and Jeezy ended up releasing a diss track called Stay Strapped, where he put a $10,000 bounty on Gucci's chain. Gucci responded by calling Jeezy a fraud, and the beef escalated to an all-out war.
Damn.
Jeezy sent a group of men
That shit
to
was
rob
wild,
and kill
though.
Gucci. They set him up using a stripper who lured him to her home, and then 4 men broke in and robbed him. What happened next is unclear, but investigators later found one of Young Jeezy's affiliates, a man named Pookie Loc, buried behind Columbia Middle School in Decatur, Georgia. Authorities put out a warrant for Gucci's arrest, and he later turned himself in. Gucci spent some time locked up, but the charges were eventually dropped after his lawyers were able to prove that Pookie Loc had tried to murder him, and Gucci was simply acting in self-defense.
One of them had a weapon, one of them had brass knuckles, and hit him with brass knuckles. Didn't hit him real hard, had him wrapped up. Another guy had a weapon, hit one of the other guys with a weapon. It became a situation where he defended himself. Somebody yelled, one of the other 5 guys yelled, "Shoot him," something to that effect. He grabbed a gun that was nearby and he opened fire to defend himself. It was just him and a girl in there, and the 5 guys came in there to hurt him. So basically, he defended himself.
After that, tensions between Gucci and Jeezy were at an all-time high.
Man.
They went back and forth with diss songs for the next decade and had one of the most high-profile beefs in rap history. The beef lasted for the better part of 15 years, yet all it took was a pandemic to force these two high-profile artists to confront each other. On November 19, 2020, after years of dissing each other on songs and in interviews, Gucci and Jeezy appeared in a versus battle hosted by Timbaland and Swiss Beats. The event was tense, but not violent, which is a credit to how far the two artists have come.
Man,
Gucci
I
performed
was
several
big
diss
surprised
tracks,
they even
while
did
Jeezy
that.
kept it more chill. However, Gucci never sent 4 armed men to kill Jeezy, so the anger is understandable. At one point during the event, Gucci goes so far as to say that, "We smoking on Pookie Loke tonight," a reference to disrespecting the dead friends of one's rivals by smoking their ashes.
Smoking on Pookie Loke tonight.
I tell you what.
But despite the tension, the two
I'll
officially
tell you
squashed
what.
their beef and performed the track So Icy at the end, showing that despite their past, both had too much to lose to resort to petty violence. But Gucci isn't the only Atlanta artist ready for the smoke. This next group of rappers got into an intense shootout with enemy ops on a highway in Miami. The story is crazy, so stick around. Migos.
What?
People are, allegedly shooting at you guys on a Miami highway, and people are shooting back, and there's like real life situations happening here that most artists never have to deal with.
What we got going on, we trendsetter, we changed the game. We young, we ain't been in the game as long as the other folks. They ain't did that.
It's the life we live.
But then I hear there's, you go out to Chicago.
The news station beginning with a party van coming under fire on I-95 and then creating a hazmat situation at a South Florida hospital. That party bus carrying members of a
That's crazy. Instagram must have not been that popping or something, because I for sure didn't know about that. The Migos got shot at on the freeway. That's crazy, man. Glad they made it through that.
music group from Atlanta.
And at least one person on board took a bullet. Let's get right to Jackson Memorial Hospital, where the shooting victim is being treated.
The Migos are a hip-hop group from Lawrenceville, Georgia, made up of uncles/cousins, Kursnick Takeoff Ball, Quavious Quavo Marshall, and Kiari Offset Cephas. They are all around the same age and were raised primarily by Quavo's mother, although technically Quavo is Offset's cousin and Takeoff's uncle. They formed the Migos in 2008 and started to take off with their hit track Versace in 2013. Today, the Migos are known as superstars with a tough, yet laid-back personality. But early on in their career, they were quite wild and were even schooled in the rap game by legends like Gucci Mane and Coach K. In March 2014, the Migos were even involved in a crazy shootout on a highway in Miami. They were traveling down Highway I-95 in Miami after their show in Pembroke Pines, Florida, had been canceled. According to reports, a dark vehicle pulled up alongside their van and opened fire. The Migos team didn't miss a step and ended up firing back at the van. A total of 12 shots were fired, and one person in the Migos entourage was shot in the leg but made a full recovery. None of the main members of the group were injured, and it was never determined whether anyone in the other van sustained injuries.
And this afternoon, we spoke with a hospital spokesperson who
that's
says
crazy.
none of the 3 people in this music group, Migos, are here in the hospital this afternoon. However, they were here this morning with
called
that
them the
van full of
Migos.
people because one of the people in their entourage was shot in the leg during a shootout on the highway.
According to the statements,
That's crazy. The
a
Migos.
dark vehicle pulled alongside and basically fired on them. One of the passengers in that van was in possession of a handgun and exchanged fires with the gunfire with the other vehicle.
No one was ever arrested, and it's unclear exactly what the cause of the shooting was, but many have speculated that it may have had something to do with an ongoing beef the group had with Chief Keef. When Migos were first blowing up in 2013, they got into a heated social media exchange with the Chirac legend after Keef felt that the group had subliminally dissed him in a song. Keef and the Migos exchanged diss tracks aimed at one another, and things got tense. The Migos even performed in Chicago and taunted Chief Keef and his GBE crew. A few months after the Miami shooting, the group was jumped by Chief Keef affiliates in DC, and Quavo allegedly got his chain snatched. Quavo later denied that he lost his chain, but it was clear that things were tense. So it wouldn't be too surprising if Keef and his crew either sent the shooters, or if some Chief Keef fans took it upon themselves to send a message. Shortly after the brawl in DC,
That will
the Migos
happen
and
too,
Keith's
no
crew
kidding.
officially squashed their beef. Even though the Migos are from the Atlanta area and Keith is from Chicago, they have mutual business partners and mentors in the music industry. Gucci Mane and his network were major parts in helping both crews early in their career, and allegedly, some of these rap veterans got together and decided that the beef had to end, or else someone was going to get killed. The two groups ended up posting a photo together to social media to announce that the beef was officially squashed and there was no more bad blood. So the crew was able to end the beef without any violence or either of the crews damaging their street cred. If you like this video, check out some of our previous videos.
That's crazy, man. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Oh yeah, we made it to 7K. On the road to 8K, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Catch you on the next one.